My name is Cindy Logan Frid, and I am 19 years old. I currently am a student at Keystone College in La Plume, Pennsylvania. I am in the pre-vet program majoring in general biology. I have always had a love for animals, from small to large. Any kind of animal, I was always happy around them. Ever since I was a little girl, my passion for animals has been strong. That's why I decided I wanted to become a vet. I set my mind to it, and since then I have been pursuing my goal. As a young girl, I had such a huge passion for animals, but never any animals of my own. I was always playing with my friends' dogs. Instead of playing house or doctor with my friends, I was playing doctor on their dogs, listening to their breathing, heartbeat, petting them like I was examining them. Then, when I was 9 years old, my stepmom brought home a yellow lab puppy named Lola. She was the most perfect puppy I had ever seen, and she was mine. I was so excited to tell all my friends and finally have a dog of my own. As Lola was growing older, she was growing bigger and bigger. Teething, we had to get her a lot of chew toys, and I was always on the lookout for fallen baby teeth. When I had seen blood, I got worried, so I tried to figure out what was wrong. I then realized it was normal for her gums to bleed a little bit since she was losing her baby teeth and her adult teeth were coming in. As the years went by, Lola was about 2 years old when my parents decided it was time for another dog. We rescued Bella, a black lab, from an animal rescue group. It took time for her to get used to living in a new house with a new dog. But once she did, the dogs got along great. I was so happy to now have 2 dogs. As the dogs grew older, it was very noticeable. Lola is now 10 years old, and she limps when she walks sometimes. I always wonder what is wrong. I question my dad every chance I get. Why is she limping? Is she in pain? One day I noticed a lump on her side. I got very concerned. I immediately thought the worst. Cancer. But we took her to the vet, and it's actually normal for labs to get lumps as they get older. Having dogs has really helped expand my knowledge about them and learn new things every day. To broaden my knowledge and experience, I worked for a summer on an alpaca farm. Aside from dogs, I have always had a fascination with alpacas. My dad knew this and went to the farm to meet the owner and some of the animals there. I was amazed at how many alpacas they had, almost 150. It was something out of a dream. When I started working on the farm, I got to train the younger alpacas to be able to walk on leads. This was important for them to learn because they were going to be show animals. Since I was interested in science, I got to see if the animals had parasites. In order for this to be done, I had to gather fecal samples from each animal. Once I got the samples, I mixed them with a sugar water solution. The fecal solution then had to be put in a centrifuge to separate the grass and parasites from the initial solution. I then prepared slides and was able to look at all the fecal slides. While reading the slides, I had a book of parasites that the animals could get and a picture of each parasite. With that, I was able to identify any parasite in the fecal samples and determine what animals needed what treatment, if any at all. It was a really cool experience, despite it sounding gross. Learning about all the types of parasites and being able to work and identify them myself and being able to figure out how to treat them was a great experience for me. After volunteering at a farm, I wanted to do more. I started volunteering at the Maryland SPCA. Working there was such a rewarding experience for me. At the shelter, I was able to bond with several animals and make their life a little easier and give them a bit of joy during their stay at the shelter. I was able to play with the animals, take them out for walks, and really bond with them. If I had ever any type of medical concern about any animals, I could bring it up to any staff member, and they would take my concern right to one of the in-house vets. I was able to learn from the vets what it's like to treat animals with different kinds of medical conditions. Some of these conditions were caused by neglect and abuse. It really opened my eyes to the type of difference I could make to these animals. Ever since then, I have been more motivated than ever to reach my goal of becoming a vet. I have been inspired by all of my experiences with such different animals. My ability to do something so small yet make such an impact is incredible. Can't wait to see where the future will take me.